Hi everyone, you are welcome to today's tutorial. My name is Afrojuku Naomi, the creative director of Now Creative World. In today's class, I'll be teaching you how to make the multiple pleated fan Autogele using Autogele fabric. So this is my Autogele fabric. I'll also be needing my measuring tape, my pin, as well as my needle and thread. The measurement for the fabric is going to be 50 inches long and 60 inches long. The first one is going to be 50 inches long and the second one is going to be 60 inches long. So we'll be needing it in two places, that is 150 inches and 160 inches. That is a total of two. When you are done taking your measurements using your measuring tape, you then take one of the fabric this way and you fold into two equal half. So when you are done folding this way, you fold into two equal half, and then after you take this to your sewing machine and you stitch from this end to the other end down. You repeat that for the 50 inches and 60 inches. So I have here, this is my 50 inches and my 60 inches, and I've stitched them just the same way I told you. Now you just stitch it down, you fold and stitch down, and you fold and stitch down. Now the next thing you will do after folding is you take your 50 inches, you keep the 60 inches aside, then you take the one that is 50 inches long, and then after you then come to this point where you stitch here. This is the point where I stitch, where I joined after folding. I'll then come here and I'll fold it this way. This is about half an inch. That is what I'm folding. So when I fold, I'll just use my pin to hold it down this way. So the next thing I will do now is that I will continue pinning it down to the other side, but because of time, what you do is just take it down to your sewing machine and you stitch from this point down to the other side, just the same way you folded it. This is it. After folding, just take it down, stitch it down to the other side. So I'm going to do my stitching off camera. After stitching at this end, I will have this is it. After stitching, I'm done stitching, I'm going to have this. So the next thing I'll do now is that I'll take my measuring tape, and I'll also be needing a chalk to mark this. I'll take my measuring tape, and from this end I will mark out 2 inches, and I'll come this way and mark out another 2 inches. So this is how I will continue marking. I'll continue to mark 2 inches with my chalk, and I've done that to the end of my fabric. The next thing I will do is that I will take my pin, and from where I marked, this is the first one I mark, I'll take my hand and fold it I'll use my hand to fold it this way neatly. Ensure that the fold is equal at both ends, this end and this end. And then after, when you fold, you then take this part that you fold and you bring it here to the other one you marked. This is it. And the next thing I will do now is that I'll take my pin. This is my pin. I'll pin it down here. This place is too bulky, so you cannot pin. So I'll pin it down here. The next thing I'll do is that I'll take this one and I'll fold into two. When I'm done folding, I'll then take it to this one, the next one I marked, and I'll use my pin to hold it down, and I'll pin it down here. So I'll continue like that by folding, taking it to this. I'll take it to this one. I'll use my pin to hold it down, and I will continue by repeating same procedure for the other ones. And this is it. This is what I will have when I'm done pinning. Next thing I will do now is that I'll take this to the sewing machine now, and I will stitch. I'll start stitching from this point. You know this way is bulky, so you may not be able to stitch from here. So just immediately after this one down here, this side where you pin, just this down here, you just stitch from this point down this way. I'm done stitching. This is it after stitching, and I've repeated the same thing for the other one that is 60 inches long. This is the other one that is 60 inches long. Next thing we'll be doing now is to tack this down to a dummy, to the base. First you place the base on a dummy head, and you use your Velcro tape at the back, or you tie it at the back. There will also be needing needle and thread to tack it down. So the first thing we'll do is that we'll take the one that is 60 inches long. This is the one that is 60 inches long. The one that is 60 inches long has to be at the back this way. Then the other one will be at the front. So to start with, I'm going to take my needle and thread. Then I will just use my end to get like, we'll start from the middle and we'll take it down here. So you have to be very, very calculative. This is it. You take it down here, then you then bring it down here. So this is how we are going to tack this. First I want to get the midpoint so that this will be sitting at the mid. I'll start from the midpoint. So this is the midpoint of my base, and this is the midpoint of this frame, and this is how I'm going to tack the first one. I'll place it on the dummy head this way, and I'll use my needle and my thread to tack it down. So I'm going to pass my needle up from this point. And I'll bring it up from here, this point where you stitch. Don't take it, just this point where you stitch. This, okay, take it down here, and so you continue like that. Now next thing I will do is that I'll then bring it here, and I'll take it down. I'll take it down to this point. Can you see? So when I take it down, to pass through this last plate I have here, and I'll bring it forward. Please use a matching color of thread, because you don't want the thread to be too visible. You use a matching color of thread. So next thing I'll do now, that I'm tacking from the back. Tacking from the back, I'll take this now upward, then I'll come to the back and up. Okay, so I'll take my needle upward now. So this is how I will continue tacking. I'll take it down, up, and I'll continue tacking to this way. So this is it now. This is what I will have. I'm almost getting to the end of this, the other side. So what I will do is, when you are getting close to this part, this side that is the ear of the dummy head, this is it. The next thing you do is, you don't just take it straight down. Don't take it straight down, just bring it forward here. This is it. So if you observe closely, from the way we tack it is coming this way, but what we are doing to go back. So this is it now. I will just bring it forward here. Then if there's any excess I have here, I will just use my arm to fold it in, and then I will tack it down. So this is it now. This is how I'm going to tack. I'll just tack it down here. I'll bring the excess to this way, like this. Can you see the way I slant it? I didn't take it straight like this. So this is how you tack it, and at the other side too as well. And I'm done tacking at this point. The next thing I will do is that I will then extend my tacking from starting from this midpoint. I will extend it to this place by repeating what I did here to this one as well. And I'm done tacking. So the next thing I will do is that I will just use my hand to push it backward from the front. And this is it for the first one at the back. The next one that is 50 inches long, and not too wide, we are going to place it at the front this way. So this is how we're going to place it using the same procedure we used for the first one. We're going to place it this way, and when you are tacking, you don't tack like this again, because we want this to, this has a tendency to come this way. So when you want to tack, your tacking should be like this. Then don't tack this way again, so that this will be able to go back and stand properly. And I've started tacking this one. I'll take my needle down this way. This is the front, so you have to be very careful so that your thread will not be visible, and that's why it's advisable you use a matching color of thread. Use a matching color of thread, that will be the best. Then I'll bring it forward this way. And I'll continue tacking now, and then I will extend the thread by pushing it forward, and I'll just bring it out from this point. And I'll successfully tack it down to this side. The next thing I will do is that I will extend my tacking this way, so you can remove it from the dummy head since you already know where to take it to. The first one you did can guide you. You just bring your needle forward, you tack it down here, and you take it inside. Please use a matching color of thread so that your needle, the thread will not be visible. Use a matching color of thread. So this is it, and this is how I will continue. I'll take it down now. And then at the back I will extend my hand when I'm bringing it forward. So I'll drag it, and from the back I'll bring it forward. So this is how I will continue till I've gotten to the end of this one. And this is the finished look on the dummy head after tacking. This is it, and this is how it looks. So for this front here, if yours is not too neat, or if you may want to embellish it or beautify it as though you are stoning it, this is my trimmings. I can use this trimmings. What I'll do is, as if I want to use it, or depends on you or what you want, you apply your gum to the trimmings like this. And after applying your gum, when you open your gum, you apply it. You then take it now to the dummy head, your work. You take it to your work this way, starting from this point. You just use your hand to, after applying your gum, you just take it down like this. Just place it on it this way as a form of embellishment or beautification. Then you take it around to this other side. So it depends on how you want it. And that will be all for this tutorial.